A very big hello to all my COMEDK aspirants out there. How are you all? I hope you all are doing amazing. This is your Ekta ma'am here. So my dear students, as you have clicked on this video, so that means you're looking for a way to get top 1000 rank in COMEDK 2026. Yes, you want to get top 1000 rank in COMEDK 2026 and you're looking for a strategy. You're looking for a shortcut method, I can say, or smart way to study or anything. Okay, so I will give you a reality check and all the tips and tricks that you need to score to get the top 1000 rank in COMEDK 2026. Let's begin, shall we? Okay, so my dear students, the first tip is the myth about PU weightage. So it's an exam regarding the admission to the top engineering colleges in Karnataka only. Okay, and the Karnataka students, they give this exam called KCET. Okay, there it's a 50-50 weightage, 50% your PU2 weightage, okay, and 50% your KCET weightage, okay, for admissions to specific colleges. But in COMEDK, you must remember it, the PU weightage doesn't matter. There is no PU weightage in COMEDK, as this exam is given by not only Karnataka students, it is given by all India students, yeah, the students from whole of the India. Okay, they can give this COMEDK exam. Okay, so the only thing that matters, the only weightage that is from your COMEDK exam. Okay, your admission will solely be based on your COMEDK marks. How many marks you got in your COMEDK, that will be the only determining factor for your rank. Okay, PU weightage doesn't matter when we are deciding ranks. Okay, so remember that if you are planning to give your PU2, again you have a second board, right? So if you are planning to give that, and if you are aiming for COMEDK, you do not need to do that, because there is the basic eligibility weightage. Obviously you need to qualify the eligibility standard for your PU, but apart from that your rank will be decided solely on the basis of your COMEDK marks. Okay, now what is the second tip? The second tip is PU1 is not optional. So most of my students, PU1 basically is equals to your 11th standard. Okay, so PU1, they think that PU1 is not necessary. As you know, in KCET the PU1 weightage is very less. Okay, it's like 17 to 20 in chemistry. Okay, like normal, it's like 15 to 20, varies not much. In out of total 60 marks, the weightage is around 10 to 15 to 20, that much only. Okay, but here in COMEDK the story changes. It's a little reverse. Why? Because for your COMEDK exam, PU1 is not optional. Okay, the marks weightage is higher than your KCET. Okay, whatever marks you're going for your PU1 in your KCET exam, in COMEDK the same percentage increases. Okay, the same percentage increases. That also means the number of PU1 questions increases, right? But these PU1 questions are not just simple, straightforward as you have seen in KCET exam. No, they will not be straightforward questions. They will be little complex. They will be complex than your normal KCET questions. Okay, so yes, PU1 questions have more weightage in COMEDK comparison to KCET. Okay, but the level is also very high. Okay, the level is much higher, much greater than your KCET exam. So if you are preparing for PU1, if you can't skip it, first of all, if you want to get top 1000 rank, you cannot skip it. Second, if you are preparing for your PU1, prepare it thoroughly. Okay, solve all the questions, because they are not straightforward questions. The questions will be asked as in, you know, multi-conceptual questions. So they will give you one question which will have the knowledge of 3-4 chapters mixed. Okay, and the third tip is practicing mixed questions. So as we know, in COMEDK you are given only 3 hours to complete physics, chemistry, maths, 60 questions each, right? That is, like, most of the students who are preparing for JEE, they already know, how to attempt these mixed questions, but again they are having lesser number of questions than your COMEDK. Yes, 60 questions from physics, 60 questions from chemistry, 60 questions from mathematics. Okay, you're solving all of that in one sitting in 3 hours. So practice is must. You cannot be just like that, I'll just give physics today, tomorrow I'll give chemistry, and day after tomorrow I'll give maths. Okay, and that's not going to work. That is not going to work. Okay, so if you want to make it work, you'll have to sit down and write answers in continuation, solve questions in continuation. You're starting with physics, then chemistry, then maths. Do not take a break. Okay, take number of questions you decide. If you want to solve 30 questions, 60 questions, how many questions you want to solve. Okay, also for this I'll refer test series, that is much more important if you're solving COMEDK level questions. Okay, PYQs are there, but there is no pattern in your PYQs. So practice via test series. Okay, that is a must. Now again, whenever you're solving questions, solve mixed questions, start with physics, chemistry, maths, whatever sequence you like, but finish it in one go, because there you will be given 3 hours to finish 180 questions. Okay, that may seem like a lot, but it's not. It's exactly very less time. Okay, you may not be able to finish those 60 questions in those 60 minutes. Okay, you'll have to be really fast. So mostly the kids who give this exam, they are preparing for that's a backup for them for JEE, and sometimes they think that I can crack this exam, but yes, this exam is really, it's not easy one. Okay, it's a little tougher, so you should keep all these things in mind, not to demotivate you, but to get that motivation, get that pump that yes, this is tougher. I take that as a challenge, as a good challenge, and I'll study better, I'll work smart, I'll work harder. Okay, and then I'll score really good rank in COMEDK. Okay, next step. Okay, next step, before moving on to the next step, I want to tell you about the COMEDK 30-day crash course that we guys launched from Diksha Vedantu. Okay, so it's a all India rank boosters COMEDK 30-day crash course. That means it's for a duration of 30 days. Okay, so in these 30 days, what we will be doing complete class 11th and 12th syllabus revision plus PYQs, chapter wise PYQs we will be solving, and you'll be getting 5 full-length COMEDK mock test, daily live doubt solving sessions will be there, and you will be getting lecture notes and DPPs. So you don't have to sit down and write your notes. You already will have the notes from your respective classes and your DPPs with answers. Okay, now one more thing we have COMEDK rank booster test series, which is a test series where you can practice COMEDK level questions, a real-time COMEDK exam simulation. Yes, you get your mock tests that are as similar to the real COMEDK exam. Okay, now you have 12 full-length COMEDK mock test PDFs with the detailed solutions, and you will have a doubt expert. You will be having live solution discussions with experts. So you will be having doubt solving sessions, okay, with experts regarding your mock test. Okay, now again, both of these are starting from 6th of April. Okay, this one is starting from 6th of April, and this one is for $999, and your COMEDK 30-day crash course is for $2499. Okay, both are very affordable, I'll see, right? Okay, now these are topics from the last year for COMEDK 2025. They enroll in the crash course, and that's what they get. Okay, they got their 3 digits rank. Okay, now let's move on to our next step, shall we? Okay, next step, yes, the marks. So we have 180 marks, right? In those 180 marks, how much should you aim for? How much should you score to get the top 1000 rank? So my dear students, analyzing the last 5 years, I have seen that if you score 120 plus marks, it's a safe score. 120 plus, if you are scoring, you will get a rank around 1000. Okay, so it could be around varying from 500 to 1000 rank. Okay, say anywhere if you're going 120 plus, your rank will be 1000 or less than 1000. Okay, clear? 1000 or less than 1000. Okay, so yes, do not go blindly in for the exam that, oh, I have prepared for JEE, I'll just solve the questions, it will be very easy, nothing is difficult as compared as like JEE and all. But my dear students, the level is tough. Keep that in mind, the level is tough, so that's why you need to practice COMEDK level questions. Okay, COMEDK level questions, you need to practice them, need to practice the PYQs, and aim for 120 plus. So for this, what I tell my students, so if you're aiming for this, you need to score at least 140 to 150 minimum, 140 to 150 in your mock test. Only then in the real exam you'll get this much, right? Because obviously there are certain other factors that you need to consider when you are writing an exam. The conditions are not ideal all the time. As you're sitting in your home, in the comfort of your room, and in your PC, you're solving all these questions, you might get those marks. But when you're doing it in a real exam environment where other students are also there, and you're solving the questions there, that might not be the same condition. Okay, even if you do know the answer, sometimes you mess up because of stress, because of anxiety. Okay, so if you're aiming for this, you need to score at least 140, 150 plus. Okay, in your mock tests. Okay, and we all are here to help you, right? So we have the COMEDK crash course along with the test series. If you are looking for an option in the market, this is a very good option. You should go for it. Okay, now last tip, knowing your competition. What is your competition here? So yes, we if you are here for COMEDK. Okay, if you're preparing for COMEDK, you should be aware that what is the exam pattern, how many questions I have to solve. That is like basic knowledge, you might know that already. But competition, by competition I mean that how many students are appearing exactly for this exam, because this is an all India exam. Okay, all India students are appearing for this exam along with the Karnataka students. So the last year around 1,30,000 students registered, out of which 1,16,000 students appeared for this exam. Okay, so you have a competition of around, we can say 1 to 2 lakh, in between that range you have the competition. Okay, now in there the paper level is also important. The paper level is greater than, you can say greater than KCET but lesser than JEE, but no, it's equal to JEE but higher than KCET. Okay, the level is here for, if this is KCET, the level is here. Okay, and for JEE also, if the level is here, so they're almost at the equal level, JEE and your COMEDK. Okay, then third factor is your again competition, your marks, how many marks you need to score in those 3 hours. 180, out of these 180 marks, how much do you need? There is no negative marking for this, so obviously take the risk. Okay, solve as many questions as you can. Okay, obviously don't blindly guess. Don't blindly guess. Even if you are not able to answer that any particular question, you're having some doubts, think of it like if you have some spare time at the end of your when you are given 60 minutes, at the end of the time, if you have some time, you can do one thing, that go through those questions once and think of one reason that makes sense for this question, and then take that option, because there is no negative marking, you can take the risk. Okay, so yes, these are all the tips that you need to get the top 1000 rank in COMEDK. Okay, and my dear students, the last and my favorite tip, do not stress out it. Okay, I know you guys have lots of stress, lots of anxiety regarding your career, choosing the correct career path. You want to do this, you want to do that. It's okay, it's totally normal. The stress is totally normal, but the way you deal with it, that matters a lot. Okay, so if you deal with it calmly, even in times like this, you are going to pass, you are going to get really good rank. Okay, so don't worry, chill out. Okay, and practice, study, practice, study, practice, study, learn, and then you practice the questions. Okay, and yes, eat properly, take proper rest, do physical workout and everything. Okay, these all things are really necessary, because without being physically fit, you won't be able to study properly. Okay, that's all from my side. Yes, if you have any other doubts, do mention them in the comments. I'll see you soon. See you in the next class, I think. Bye, take care.